Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Vase. I had no idea that Bitcoin like popped. I was just doing some work, and then a couple of people messaged me. I took a look, and I'm like, holy shit, this thing just went up like almost $200. Immediately decided to set up a live stream, and we're gonna go and take a look and see what's going on. In case anyone is actually curious what I was working on, I was working on the agenda for the Unconfiscatable conference. The agenda is coming together. It'll be interesting. I still have a couple of things to work out. I am in Washington, D.C. Thank you, those that came out last night to the Mexican place. And it was a lot of fun. I had some steak there. We had some plantains. I'm not fully a carnivore. I do eat other stuff. Had some guacamole. And yeah. All right, let's go to screen share. Hey Nick, if you're still in the live chat, because I saw you in the like the fifth message or something, I sent you the link. I sent you this link, so if you want to jump into the stream, you're welcome. And these things are so last minute. Like I would love to get like Van Zen on and Willy Woo back on. Excuse me, guys. There's a little cold here. Didn't have time to mute. Anyway, and yeah, I'd consider having a few more traders on, but just not really prepared. All right, audio's choppy. Is it? Confirmation on audio. Audio video is good. All right. Damn. All right. That's okay now. All right, we're good. All right, audio is good. Yeah, I'm using the right. Oh no, my bad. My bad. My bad. Hold on. Audio can be better. Audio should be better now. That was I had the wrong microphone on. Should be much better now. Okay. Now I'm using the clip-on. I was using the wireless JBL before. All right. Yeah, should be good now. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. All right, let's do screen share. All right, man, like yesterday I was on a train to DC and I sent out some tweets. The problem is like Twitter is such a time drain. You know, you send out a couple of tweets and like 500 people, most of whom just anonymous trolls, start replying, and then you get sucked into these Twitter debates. I'm gonna try to reply less and less. I'm gonna still try to tweet out my thoughts. Hopefully they are useful to some people. And yeah, but anyway, let's go take a look at Bitcoin. Oh wait, Unconfiscatable update. We opened up more seats. We opened up more seats for the poker game. I think we have about 80. It's total about 80 people have paid for a seat at the poker game. We have about 20 seats left, and we got about 2 weeks. So let's see if we can fill that up to 100. Carnivory dinner is done. I mean, there's no way. It's like impossible to get a seat at this point. It is. It's completely full. There's even a wait list of like important people that want to be there. So I gotta. That's it. That one is no go at this point. And conference tickets, all the VIP got sold out. The first 20 of the 25 VIP got sold out. So we have to raise the price for the VIP, but we're keeping the price of the regular ticket at 0.1. So that's gonna stay 0.1 leading into the conference. So good luck, guys. And I'm putting the agenda together today. Okay, let's go to the monthly, doesn't matter. The weekly chart. The weekly chart is giving us a very nice candle. And keep in mind that the week is about to end. We only have, what, about maybe 6 more hours in the weekly candle. And I think that's important. I'm still a believer in weekly candles. And oh, shout out for the t-shirts. Damn, forgot. These are awesome. Leah gave them to me. They were shipped over to Leah. These shirts are great. I don't know if you guys can see that in the little corner. I'll give some props after. But yeah, also, oh yeah, you know what? I gotta remember to do it after. But t-shirts are great. One second, I'm being messaged. But yeah, yeah. So the t-shirts are great. So thank you, Stoic Crypto, for the t-shirts and the sweatshirt. It's great. They're awesome. All right. So damn, I have 1,200 people on. Holy shit. Okay. So here's the weekly candle. The weekly candle is going to close. Now, remember, the weekly candle has been price flipping for 3 weeks in a row. I drew this green line. This green line indicated that last week there was a bullish trade based on the DeMark sequential system. The bullish trade occurred when the green 2 went above the green 1. Now, the rest of the week did not, turned out very good. So the bullish entry into the trade was around 41.50. The price went as low as 35.70. So is that enough to hit your stop loss? Not my stop loss, right? Because if I was to enter bullish here, my stop loss would be below the swing low. My stop loss would have been $1,000 lower. Now, you can say that that's ridiculous, and I will say you have bad money management because it's not about the amount of that stop loss. It's about properly setting based on candle size. And candle size would have told me that my stop loss needs to be below the 200-week moving average. Now, you can exit this trade anytime you like. And when it turned into a red 1, it would have been perfectly reasonable to close that trade at a loss. As you guys know, I have a bullish trade on Bitcoin in GBTC. I still have it, and I always had it. Now, my trade might be break even come Monday, right? Because I entered that trade around 4,100, around this area is where I entered that trade. But I entered it back here, right? So I actually entered it a while ago. I entered it on the first go around. So, but once that trade is break even, I may actually add to that trade. I may actually add to that trade on Monday, because the way I see it is we're about to get another green 2 above another green 1. So I'm going to have a brand new bullish entry based on a long-term weekly candle, probably tomorrow or later tonight, once the next candle goes above current candle, assuming that we're going to keep going higher, right? Remember, guys, I'm still I've been saying for a month now that I'm looking for a bounce up to approximately 5,000 before the price of Bitcoin reverses and makes a new low. I have not walked away from that prediction, and I'm staying with it. So on Monday, I could get an even better buying opportunity than before. So I wouldn't mind adding to my bullish trade. Now, here is the daily chart. The daily chart has been seriously flip-flopping back and forth in the sequential system, right? So we have red 1, green 1, red 1, green 1, red 1, and now we're on a green 1, right? So it's been, and before that, you had a green 1, but a green 2 never went above a green 1. So your daily chart since December 30th has not like given you anything, right? Like you haven't had any green 2s above green 1s. So unfortunately, this is also a green 1, so it never gave you a big opportunity. But what did I say on prior videos, guys? I know I didn't do a video yesterday. I said, hey, it would be great if we consolidate and then finally closed above the moving average and then pop to the upside. And here we are. We just happened to pop to the upside and close above the moving average at the same time. Again, I'm assuming that we're not going to fall all the way back to 3,800 in the next 7 hours. I'm assuming that this is a little bit of a sustainable pump. I believe that it is, because I've been looking for a $5,000 target in Q1 of this year. That's been my target. It remains my target. So that's it. That's all we can say. Now the last time the price of Bitcoin approached 4,250 area or 4,200 area, right? Yeah, we can say 4,250. The last time, because the high on December 24th was 4,236, right? And we have resistance at 4,250. So the last time we approached 4,250, we got rejected by the setup trend line. I believe if we can make it back to 4,250, we're going to break out above it. And our next resistance is going to be the 128-day moving average, which has been historically relevant in Bitcoin. So that's what we're waiting for on the daily chart. Here is, you know what, let me make these bigger. Here's the 12-hour chart. I really like the 12-hour chart. I had this inverse head and shoulders or cup and handle, whatever you want to call it. I've had it drawn, and I kind of gave up on it because it was taking too long, because I didn't want to keep, dragging this thing out. All right, what's going on? Because it starts to look weird. But, we're finally breaking out. I'm going to put it back to where it was. I mean, it was supposed to break out earlier. It didn't. We kept consolidating into year end, and we're breaking out now. Now, this one, the 12-hour chart, unlike the daily chart, did give you a signal, right? Because look, you were being rejected by a moving average, by looks like the 20-period moving average. You then broke above the 20-period moving average, and then you pulled back into the 20-period moving average, and you got supported by the 20-period moving average. Then you had a price flip to a green 1. You had a green 2 that did not go above a green 1, but then you had a green 3 that went above a green 2. And boom, you have your nice bullish trade off of a little pullback supported by the moving average. The sequential is giving it to you, and you are coming up on that same resistance point. Now, the resistance point on the 12-hour chart is actually lower than the resistance point on the daily chart. The resistance point on a daily chart is at the top of the swing, but the resistance point on the 12-hour chart is the setup trend line that eventually did get broken right here. But this is the best fit line, and that best fit line is at around 4,100. So that means on a 12-hour scale, once you break above 4,100, you can accelerate higher, and then then you run into the resistance point on a daily chart, which you can once again break out higher. Now, I like the CMF on a 12-hour chart. Looks nice and bullish. I'm actually curious what the CMF looks like on a daily chart. Finally, the CMF finally went bullish, right? So this was a huge point of concern about how weak the CMF was while the price of Bitcoin was rising. This was happening in mid-December. We then had major consolidation, and now this is where the CMF becomes very, very useful. Finally, about 4 days ago, I guess I wasn't really paying attention to it, but about 4 days ago, we finally crossed into the bullish area of the CMF. And as the price continued to consolidate, the CMF was starting to rise a little bit. And today we broke out. So this is great. It would be nice to see the CMF stay up there and go higher. The MACD looks good. Looks like it has more room. The RSI looks good. Looks like it has more room. So I am pretty bullish Bitcoin here. Short term. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart also, based on sequential, gave you a trade. You had a price flip. You had a green 1. You were above all the moving averages. 2 of the moving averages are rising. It's hard to tell whether the long-term moving average on a 4-hour chart is rising or not. CMF still looks like a disaster, but it's getting close to zero. Your RSI is now overbought. Your MACD still looks okay. And your OBV looks a little bit toppy right here. But you have a green 2 going above a green 1, potentially kicking off the upswing, not ending it. So that is very nice on the 4-hour chart with a green 2 going above a green 1 in the current, or basically 2 hours ago or 1 hour ago, whenever that thing popped. Here's the 1-hour chart, and the 1-hour chart is in line with the 4-hour chart. Your CMF looks great. And again, it was a green 2 going above a green 1. I mean, that's when you buy a green 2 going above a green 1. I have a shirt for that as well. It's in the other room. That's it, guys. So the shorts have deleveraged. The longs were a little high. That was making me a little bit nervous that too many people are leveraged long. But hey, it still worked out. That's why I stuck with my bullish trade. And yeah, so there's a 9 right here on the spread between the leverage longs and the leverage shorts. And usually when that happens, the longs will start to deleverage, and you're already seeing some of the longs deleveraging, but you're also seeing the shorts deleverage because of the few shorts that existed probably got squeezed today. GBTC is not trading. Let's ignore that. So we see Ethereum pop on this rally in Bitcoin, and I'm hearing everyone is pointing to Litecoin. I mean, we can take a look. We can take a look at what Litecoin's doing. I haven't looked at Litecoin in a long time. The last time I looked at, here's a Litecoin monthly chart. Last time I looked at, oh no, wait, why does that say NASDAQ Composite, but my ticker is Litecoin? That's weird. Litecoin, I don't know what exchange this is. Litecoin weekly chart, last time I looked at it was, wow, that was back in July. Let's take a look at Litecoin weekly from July. July was the last time I cared about to look at Litecoin. Yeah, there it is, Litecoin on Bitfinex. Wow, look at that. Well, those that paid attention and were using the sequential system, you had a beautiful 9, combo 13 at the low. Wow, Litecoin went down to $23. It's still overpriced, but and you had a nice reversal candle, the following candle. It did not give you a new low, and now we're reversing to the upside. Yeah, Litecoin broke out of its, crashed from its triangle. I was using Litecoin to like explain where Bitcoin's going. I can try this. I'm not sure what this is. This is a monthly chart of Litecoin. I have it named as NASDAQ Composite, which is weird. Yeah, I don't really care for this. Let's see what else we have on the Litecoin side. I opened up Litecoin week. I think I opened up that Litecoin weekly. This one is Litecoin versus Bitcoin weekly. Okay, I see the difference. And this is they're not on BTC. That exchange doesn't exist anymore. I have to rename the charts. Okay, so this is Litecoin versus the dollar on a weekly scale. I mean, I'm still using the old moving averages here. And I mean, it can go up as high as, into the moving average, and then it's going to get rejected and go down. Litecoin against against Bitcoin. Yeah, you had your combo 13 at the low, and you hit your 9 right at the low, and now it's going up. And the daily version of Litecoin. Okay, what's going on here? There it is. The daily version of Bitcoin. Oh, wow, look at that again. Bottomed at a 9. This is the daily. I haven't looked at these things in like 6 months. Litecoin is completely irrelevant, guys. I know everyone is like wants to fight me on this for some crazy reason. If you're holding your Litecoin bags, I mean, probably a good time to get out, but any time is a good time to get out, right? Litecoin is not viable into the future. It is very, very obvious as to why. If you don't see why, you're not thinking straight. Litecoin has absolutely no use case, none. Being a Bitcoin testnet is not a use case. At least it's not a use case. It's a use case, but it's not a use case to put money on, right? Like, whatever test database Amazon uses to test out new code for AWS is not factored into the price of Apple stock or Amazon stock. And you don't want to buy the stock of Amazon's test database. It's totally useless, right? Like, what's the point? So, like, it just doesn't make sense. If you want to trade this, fine. I mean, trade it, right? But like, we're talking about viability into the future, and it doesn't have any. It just doesn't. So yeah, so that's it. Now you're in the countdown phase. I never trade the candle following a 9, but let's see what happens. Now, because Litecoin and Ethereum are pumping with Bitcoin, that means the bear market hasn't ended. I am very clear about this, right? Like, I don't expect the bear market to end until Bitcoin decouples from the altcoins. The fact that Litecoin is rising faster than Bitcoin right now means that Bitcoin will probably make a new low. It needs to decouple from garbage. They're not the same. The S&P 500 futures, this is Friday. It's the futures on Friday. We broke out. That's it. I'm bullish. The futures are going to open in about 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, in 5 hours. And I'm bullish. I would be surprised if we crash down, though a little bit profit taking would be possible. That was a monster day rally on Friday. But I'm bullish the S&P 500. How bullish am I? Am I bullish into new all-time highs? Not yet. I'm just bullish into 2600, and that, which isn't even that far away anymore. But I was bullish when we bounced off of this pink channel. Talked about this pink channel for a long time now in the S&P 500. I talked about hitting the bottom of that channel once the blue line got crossed, and we bounced off of it nicely. So I sent out a tweet comparing altcoins to Tivo. So Tivo had an amazing innovation. I don't remember. Yeah, it was pretty much in the late 90s. They had an amazing innovation. I remember those Tivo commercials. It was fascinating to be able to put a box in your house that will let you pause live TV, rewind live TV. Now, we all take that for granted now, right? Because the cable companies integrated Tivo's idea into their cable boxes, and Tivo ended up suing them for like stealing their intellectual property. So DVR, the concept of DVR came from Tivo, but it was something that could easily be integrated into boxes, now into cable boxes. So you didn't really need for the Tivo box. Now, Tivo tried getting around this by giving you additional features and stuff, by studying what you watch and like recording those shows for you, and like it was all of these things. Like the concept of a DVR came from Tivo. Then even today, most people are dumping their cable because they're watching it on the internet. And on the internet, you have always the option to rewind. Netflix, you can pause anytime, you can rewind it. But Tivo brought it to live TV. And Tivo innovated. But look at their stock. Look, the market rallied into 2018, right? Like the S&P 500, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the stock market had a huge rally. But look, Tivo is still down 90% from its all-time high in the year 2000. Tivo is down, what do we got, from 60 to 10. So Tivo is down 80% from its all-time high in 2011. Now we can go and take a look at Netflix, right? Where was Netflix going into 2011 when Tivo made its secondary high? Its secondary high was still 50% lower than it was in the year 2000. Now we can go to Netflix, right? We go to Netflix and take a look. Here's Netflix in 2011, right? And here's Netflix in the year 2000. Oh, it didn't even exist, actually. So we don't know how it could have pumped. But here's Netflix in 2011, right? It was $37. Here's Netflix at the top in 2018. It was $400, right? So Netflix went up 1,000% from 2011 to 2018. Tivo went down 80% from 2011 to 2018, right? So, and Tivo is the one that innovated, right? It innovated a feature. And this is what I mean. Innovating a feature that, if useful, can be integrated into other things. Now, maybe Netflix is a bad comparison, right? I mean, we can take a look at cable companies. What's a cable company? Comcast, maybe? Comcast. We can take a look at Comcast, right? That might be a better comparison. And remember, and Comcast is also going away like a dinosaur because of the internet. So Comcast is a $35 stock. But let's take a look how Comcast has done. So Comcast is a cable company that innovated Tivo's innovation. So Comcast in 2011 was trading at $12. In 2018, Comcast was $42. So notice how Comcast went up, what, 400%? Comcast went up about 400%. It went up 4x, while Tivo went down 80%, right? This is what I mean. If your shitcoin is innovating a feature, it is not going to last. It's a terrible long-term value proposition. This is what I try to explain to people. And this is why your altcoins are going to go down over time. While, again, everyone keeps saying, hey, cable companies, they're going to die. Yet somehow Comcast is in the year 2000, at the 2000 bubble, Comcast was $16. Last year, it was 42. So Comcast went up, what, 300% since the year 2000 in a dying industry. And yet Tivo innovated. Okay, somebody wants me to take a look at Roku. It's probably going to be closer to Tivo than Comcast, but let's see. No, wait, that's Raha. Oh, okay, no. Roku, you mean Roku, right? I thought it was Roku. There it is. Not Roku, but Roku. We can take a look at Roku. I'm curious myself. Oh, it doesn't count. Roku is like 3 days old, like stock. Yeah, so again, Roku is in the same problem as Fitbit and in the same problem as what do you call it? GoPro. Here's the problem with Fitbit and GoPro. Let me pull up GoPro. And let me pull up Fitbit. But Fitbit is also new. Okay, let's take a look at GoPro first because they've been around longer. Okay, here's the weekly chart of GoPro. Okay, as you can see, GoPro went public. I'm not even using candles here. I'm just using bar chart, line charts. GoPro went public in the summer of 2014 at a price of about $40 and jumped all the way to 93. Currently, it's a $4 stock, right? So GoPro is down what, 95%, something like that, right? Now, why is that? Now, that's because Roku is what I call, it's almost like a one-trick pony, right? Roku is a company that makes one thing, and that thing has lots of competition. Roku, it just makes that one camera, and there's lots of copycats and lots of like GoPro is not that special. GoPro is easily replicatable. They were first to the market. The only reason why GoPro even went public, in my opinion, is for the insiders of GoPro to finally cash in on their investment. Okay, and they did well. And people that thought that GoPro was somehow innovative, it really wasn't. It was really cool. They had really good marketing. They were one of the first to create, these little high definition, what do you call it? Uh, I'm thinking of like the X Games sports, the extreme sports made them very popular, but they're very easily replicatable. They're not that special. There's no huge innovation there, right? And Fitbit has the same problem. If I look at a chart of Fitbit, I haven't looked at it, I don't think ever, but I can promise you it looks very similar to GoPro. It just went public way later. Let's take a look. I could be wrong. Oh, no, I'm not wrong at all, right? Same thing, Fitbit. They're not that innovative, right? They had a little tiny niche. They were the first to create these bands that would track your vitals and your athletic performance, but they're easily replicatable. Easily replicatable, right? Like a half-price Fitbit will give you 80 or 90% of the quality of a Fitbit, right? And very replicatable. There's no brand loyalty, very little, little brand loyalty with GoPro, little brand loyalty with Fitbit. I know people will swear by it, but someone else is going to go. I mean, they even have like rings now you can wear, easier to wear a ring that will track all of your vitals and stuff. Much easier to sleep with a ring than a bracelet. And so you can see how these little innovations. Now, I'm sure if Fitbit was publicly traded way early on, as they first came up with the concept, you will see this, hyperwave or bubble, and then it doesn't come back because once it becomes useful, it becomes easily replicatable. So the question is Bitcoin easily replicatable? And the answer to that is no. Again, go read Saifedean's book. Bitcoin is the opposite of easily replicatable for its utility. Yeah, sure, it's easy to replicate, but the replicas are useless. Not in the case of Fitbit and GoPro. The replicas are almost as good. That's why they take a huge chunk out of Fitbit and GoPro. But with Bitcoin, one of the things that gives Bitcoin value is the fact that it's a store of value. And you're not going to have another shitcoin as a store of value. And this is where I take it over to the concept of Tivo, in that Tivo was not able to maintain or defend their patent very well on the ability to pause live TV and rewind live TV. And it makes sense why they weren't able to defend it very well. They were able to sue. I'm not sure how that lawsuit came out, but they were very innovative. And look, their stock's down 90%, right? So even if some shitcoin innovates, even if that's debatable. Even if some shitcoin innovates, right? And Litecoin hasn't innovated anything. Like, the best thing you can say about Litecoin is that it adopted Bitcoin's innovation first. That's your selling point? Like Monero can claim they innovated a different type of privacy on the protocol. But again, if that succeeds, it's going to go into Bitcoin, and Monero will go the way of Tivo, right? That's the point. That's the concept. All right. And anyone, feel free to explain to me how a dinosaur like Comcast continues to rise in price, right? Like, because it'll take a while. A lot of people still have cable. Not a lot of people have. I don't think Time Warner is tradable. I'm not sure who the other cable companies are, right? So people are dumping cable, but yet Time Warner Cable is doing well. Clearly, that's saying something different, right? They didn't even fall as much as Netflix did in the last couple of months, right? So think about that. Think about that, right? And the innovation like Tivo got integrated into their boxes. And they did well. And Tivo did not. All right. All right, let me see here. There were a couple of tips. The live chat is popping. Wow, 1,600 viewers. Let's go look at the price of Bitcoin again. Still doing well, 4,000. Hey, like I said, guys, I've been looking for 5,000 and then a drop down. Hey, Nick, are you back in the chat? Check your Telegram. I sent you the invite. James, thank you for your little donation. 3D chart shows good case for bull continuation. 3D, I was thinking like literally 3D. Possible. I don't really care for the 3-day chart. We can glance at it. Oh, I'm going to be on the Vortex's show coming up at in about 2 hours. Yeah, 3-day chart looks good. It's on a price flip and need one more candle to get you up there. Go back to the data. All right, let's see if there's any other tips. Can I look at the S&P and NASDAQ? Yeah, I took a quick look, but we really have to look at it tomorrow. There's too much activity in the live chat. I can't like read it all. So I'm focusing on the tip stuff. Comments on the S&P. I'm bullish. I mean, again, the S&P isn't trading, right? Like I'm bullish going into the futures open tonight, and I'm bullish into Monday, but I have no idea what happened. I haven't been paying attention to economics. King Nick, let's see what you got. Thank you for your donation. Tone, Comcast is a data internet company. Yeah, they are providing you internet as well. I'm in that industry. Americans are ditching cable, but not the internet. I agree, right? So again, Comcast was just a cable company at first, right? Because I remember Comcast back in the day, right? So the internet technology came out. So Comcast did not want to be a dinosaur, and they're now offering you internet, right? As an internet service provider. Time Warner Cable, same thing. They're offering you internet. Verizon started offering you internet and cable as well, right? We can check Verizon. I wonder if Verizon Wireless has a different Verizon. Am I not spelling Verizon right? Is it A? I think it's VZ, no? Oh, Verizon, yeah. Verizon. There it is. Verizon Communications. Yeah, I guess it's just Verizon. I was hoping they would separate their cell phone division from their like cable internet division. Yeah, let's take a look at Verizon. Yeah, but their cell phone division is skewing it, right? So Verizon is almost back to its wow, it was Verizon has not come back to its 2000 peak. Now that's interesting, right? Because I'm not sure if Verizon was offering internet and TV back in the year 2000, but it was the cell phone boom going into the year 2000 that helped a lot. But the real cell phone boom came in the US right after 9/11. So that was 2001. So I'm surprised that Verizon took a big nosedive after 2001, because that's when like the amount of people using cell phones after 9/11 like went up exponentially because of the fear of more terrorist attacks. And yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, Nick. That Comcast does provide internet, so the people that they're losing from the cable division, they're potentially picking them up on the internet. But most people have cable and internet, right? So if most people have had cable and internet for a long time, but then you drop your paying for the cable and then you only pay for the internet, right? So even so, Comcast, you would think, should not be doing as well as their stock is showing, but they're doing pretty damn well. They hit a huge all-time high. So Comcast has done really, really well. So whatever they're doing it right. But the point is, Tivo and their innovation got fully integrated into cable. And that's why Tivo went away. Oh, internet is 99 bucks. To add TV is $10. Really? It's that cheap now? Damn. I don't know. I haven't had cable in about 10 years. I dumped it long ago for internet. Comments on hitting a 30-minute 9. So here is the 4-hour. Here is the 1 hour. We can change that to 30 minutes. Oops. I'm in the wrong place. Well, we're on an 8. I guess we're on a 9 on Bitfinex, but I'm looking at Stamp. And I mean, you have so many time frames above your 30-minute that hitting a 9 on a 30-minute probably won't matter. Maybe a little bit of a slowdown and then continuation for more upside because higher level time frames are just getting started on the pump. Wow, 1,700 viewers, guys. Thank you. Let me see. Hey, Patrick, have you seen any good questions, man? Can you DM me those if you've seen them? I don't know if you've been paying attention or not. Oh, Nick can't join. His speaking of internet, I guess his internet's down and he's on the phone. But he's bullish. He's bullish. Makes sense. Palladium, guys, why is everyone going nuts about palladium? I'll look, but I know I'm being lazy. I'm just gonna switch lists. Metals. It should be in my metals list. Should be somewhere here. Palladium. Oh yeah, look at this. Palladium sitting on a new all-time high. So I personally don't consider palladium a precious metal. I guess it's precious because it's expensive. So my I think I'm about to I wonder if my old geology professors are watching because I'm about to embarrass myself on my knowledge of what the hell palladium is. But I believe palladium is a very useful metal in cleaning pollution, like air pollution. And I've been mentioning this in the past, though I know some of you guys haven't been watching me in forever, in that like China was supposed to be a huge dominant player in palladium because they are trying to get serious about cleaning up the air pollution. So would have been a good investment. You know, I should have followed my own advice as usual. But if you guys did watch me like long ago or been in my private conversations, probably before my YouTube channel even, like if you can find the old shows called The Trade from the World Crypto Network, or maybe we covered palladium every now and then. But the concept of palladium and using palladium in cleaning up air pollution, I've heard about that like 10 years ago. So I'm not surprised it's slowly becoming popular under the table and reaching new all-time highs. Is it a hyperwave? Is it a bubble? I don't know. But it looks like it's on is it on a 9? No, it's on a 6. It's on a 6, but why am I still looking at? Should probably look at candles, right? So here's the monthly chart. Wow, we're on monthly charts. Should zoom that in probably. Weekly charts and daily charts. All right, so you're still on an uptrend, so I wouldn't worry because look at the daily, you're on a 6. A weekly, you're on a 2 going into the countdown phase, and monthly, you're on a 6. So, but you did have a couple of combo 13s, but you're still on a 613, right? That sets you up perfectly for a 913 on the monthly. So, you know, 2-3 more months of upside for palladium, that can happen. And yeah, palladium is worth more than gold now. Amazing. But yeah, palladium has lots of use cases and in the technology space. But you know, I haven't seen anyone like wear palladium chains like platinum. Everyone went to platinum, after gold. Then you needed platinum. I don't know. What are the rappers wearing these days? Are the rappers switching to palladium? Let's find out. I'm not going to Google that. I don't really care. Do you have any insights using Heikin-Ashi candles with the sequential system? No, other than it looks really, really good when you plot. If I go to the weekly scale, right? Here's the weekly scale. Thanks for your question, Ty. here's the weekly scale on the sequential system, and you can see that at the top, I was still bullish because the sequential system was telling me to be bullish. But if I switch that to Heikin-Ashi and get rid of some of the noise, if I switch it to oh no, it was the same. It was the monthly scale. Yeah, so Heikin-Ashi was the same on a weekly scale. It was the monthly scale that I was thinking of. Let's go to the monthly scale. So here's the monthly scale, and the 9 showed up, one month before the high. But if I switch this to Heikin-Ashi, the 9 combo 13 showed up perfectly on the high. Also in the last bear market, Heikin-Ashi gave you a 9 at the right in the bottom, like the last, like basically the perfect candle to get in on for the entire bull run of Bitcoin would have been on a 9 using Heikin-Ashi. And we did hit a 9 on Heikin-Ashi last month, though I still think we're going lower. We may go into a 13 countdown phase, right? Like this is the issue. This is one of the problems with one of the things that concerns me. Like if Heikin-Ashi are accurate and we now have a red 1 following a red 9, right? And if the next month, this is a monthly Heikin-Ashi candle. This is the January candle. And if the February candle gives you, ends up giving you a lower low, or even like you're looking for a 1 to 4 candle correction, right? So it'll be interesting, right? Because the Heikin-Ashi is correct. We might be looking at a 13-month countdown phase, which can last longer than 13 months because, as you know, the countdown phase doesn't have to be consecutive candles. And in fact, the current candle for January is not even giving you a 1 on the countdown phase. Though I'm a little surprised why this candle did not give you a 1 on a countdown phase. Oh no, it did. It did. I just haven't turned off. Never mind. It did do it. Like I'm just not seeing it. There it is. There is the 1. Okay. So we already had a 1 on the countdown phase. All we need is like, a newer low. If we can start getting a 2, 3, we might be looking at a countdown phase, using Heikin-Ashi. So it's very useful. There was also a combo 13 at the high, pretty much at on the last bull bubble. And oh, hold on. Oh fuck, I'm not sharing screen. My bad, guys. Shit. See, this is what happens when I'm not home. I thought I was sharing screen. Thanks for the call, Patrick. I got it. My bad. My bad. Where's screen share? Here's the Heikin-Ashi, right? Heikin-Ashi monthly. That's what I was talking about. I got a bunch of messages. Yeah, see, when I'm on the road, like I don't have all my big monitors, so it's like much harder to know whether you're actually sharing screen or not. So here's the Heikin-Ashi, and you can see it here. I think that's the only thing I was really screen sharing that I missed. And here's the 9 that I was talking about, and we did have we already started the countdown phase. So it's possible that we are looking at 13 to 15 more months of downside to get that sequential 13, or at least get to the aggressive 13. It would hurt. It would hurt a lot. Now, we never had the countdown phase in the last bear market, but we did bottom on a 9. But this time around, this looks, well, significantly worse. Now, in the uptrend, it's unfortunate this one candle right here prevented you from having a 9 at the high, because this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this was the 9th candle of an uptrend. It's just that there was one bad month in between that prevented you from getting it. Right now, if we go to the major exchange at the time, if we go to Mt. Gox, if we go to Mt. Gox monthly, if we go to Mt. Gox monthly, you can see how Mt. Gox topped on the 9, right? Like the bubble, the 2013 Bitcoin bubble, topped on a 9, just like the 2011 Bitcoin bubble topped on a 9, because on Mt. Gox, this was a 5 candle, but on many other exchanges, this was a price flip candle to a red 1, because it closed below the close of this 1 candle. But on Mt. Gox, it closed above, and Mt. Gox did give you a 9 at the high, which was cool. All right, yeah, sorry for the screen share thing, guys. All right, I think I'm good. I mean, like, this video is now almost an hour long. I know, I think I have still have almost 2,000 viewers. I mean, it's like, I don't want to stop. I mean, 2,000 people are watching. Patrick, if you see any good questions, I guess shoot them over, or Vortex, or I know what, Patrick, I don't want 3 different messages. Hey, thanks, Patrick. All right, let's see. Tone, can you talk about what's going on with Blockstream and Glenn Hutchins of the Federal Reserve? I have no idea what's going on. I'm hearing about this for the first time through your question. Do we have anything to worry about with the Fed involved in Lightning Network? No, you don't have anything to worry about. The Fed cannot be involved in the Lightning Network. They're like they can't. Like how are they going to be involved in the Lightning Network? I don't know what that refers to. So okay, so other things that have dominated the stupid in the last couple of days. Let's go to this nonsense. Yeah, so apparently, there's too many emails. Not emails, sorry, tweets. So Andrew DeSantis claims to have broken Bitcoin and then deleted all of the tweets because people probably called him an idiot. This is insanity, right? I don't know. Everyone is like, oh, this is a concern. Like, no, it's not a concern. It's not a concern. It's not a concern for me. And the price of Bitcoin is proving that it's not a concern, right? So, like, doesn't matter. Irrelevant. Yeah, I can't find the tweets. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's and then there was something else about the Genesis block. Like, I wouldn't. Nothing interesting is going on, guys. But Bitcoin is as boring as it's always been. All right, anything else? Let's see what we got. Martin, thank you for your donation. And what do you think about going down to the 2015 low? No, I don't, because here's the problem, right? Like, I don't believe in double bottoms. If the price of Bitcoin goes to the 2015 low, it's probably gonna go to the 2011 high in that point, right? Like, we never back tested the 2011 high of $30. So if Bitcoin makes it down to the 2015 low of $200 or $150, then it's probably gonna break that low and go down to test the 2011 high. Now, can Bitcoin survive going down to the 2011 high? Probably not. Probably not. I won't own any. I'll guarantee you that. I'll sell all of mine way before that happens. So, my worst case scenario is going down and back testing the 2013 high. If we go below the 2013 high, I'm probably out. I'll go back to doing well, not go back to. I'll either go back to being a trader in traditional markets. Maybe I'll continue this YouTube channel talking about stock market instead of crypto. Maybe I'll start my travel channel on YouTube. Maybe I'll go get my master's in nutrition and become a nutritionist. I'll think of something, right? But it won't be Bitcoin if we go back to the 2015 low, which I don't believe that we are. Where would I enter Bitcoin if I haven't entered yet? I mean, again, like I'm bullish right now. Other than that, I'd wait till it's sub 3,000. Next. Thank you, Michael, for your compliment. Plan a workshop in Sweden. It has to be in the summertime. It's too cold up there. Yeah, I gotta come up to like Sweden one of these days. Will the Fed raise rates again? I hope so. Rates are too low. I don't know what they're gonna do. They should raise rates, and I think that they will. If the stock market recovers, they're gonna raise rates. Probably. Oh, Nick's asking what's my capitulation point. I'd say if I see Bitcoin under $750, I'm probably out. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. Catch me in an hour and a half on with Vortex on his channel. So he wants to do a video on the IMF. I haven't really been paying attention to the IMF. All right, guys. Once again, hey, awesome shirts. Thank you for the shirts. Stoic Crypto, thanks for the shirt, man. It's awesome. And the sweatshirt. And I got a bunch of other shirts in the other room. It's my new HODL sweatshirt. Now I got to decide, do I want to wear the HODL sweatshirt or the Blockstream sweatshirt? So thank you. And hey, guys, I'll see you all at Unconfiscatable. I got to go to screen share, talk about Unconfiscatable. And those of you that are still with us, I'm putting the agenda together today. The agenda is coming around. We're gonna publish it on the website next week. These are the speakers. Might sneak one or two more speakers in there. Still seats left at the poker game. We have about, I think we sold about 70 something seats, like 75. Let me check. Hold on. How many people have? Yeah, we have 75 seats completely confirmed. And I'm still trying to get 5 to 10 celebrities, and then the rest of the seats are up for you guys. So 5 right there. We have 5 seats open right now for registration for the poker tournament, and we're over 75% sold out on that completely. And I have some reserved for some of the speakers that are supposed to be playing. All right, check that out. The price dropped to 0.1. But the VIP price went up because we did sell out the first 20 VIP seats, only 5 left. All right. Hey, guys, thank you for watching. And I'll see some of you in Vegas. And this week or next week, I'll announce what I'm going to do with my webinars. And I got to, look into Patreon and stuff. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck. I'm going to glance at the price of Bitcoin one more time to see if anything has changed, though I don't think so. It hasn't. We're at 4,050, which is awesome. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Talk to you all later.